If you have ever imported a camera clip into Premiere Pro and you don't understand what is going on with the audio, maybe you hear sound coming from the left speaker but not from the right, or maybe you hear dialogue coming from the left and the right but they sound different, or it sounds funny, maybe there's like an echo and you just don't understand what is going on. This tutorial should help you out. I'm Nick Sanders, this is Video Deconstructed. Let's take a look at 3 examples of some common situations. In this first example, you are given an interview and one channel is the lavalier mic and the other is the boom mic, and you just want to hear the lav mic coming from both speakers. Let me just play and check out the audio channels over here. And if you are on a phone or a laptop, you might not hear this if you don't have on earbuds or headphones, but you're going to hear a difference in the left and the right.
I fell in love with practicing yoga because it made me feel more in my body.
So the right side is a little bit louder, but it also sounds clearer, and that's the lavalier mic. So that's the mic we want to have in the interview. Let's just do an example and say that I've already done some editing. If I just want to have only the lavalier, which is the right channel, this guy on this side, I can right click on the clip, go to Modify Audio Channels, and we want the right-hand side. So if I just turn that off, turning off the left channel, and then I hit OK, notice we only have one channel down here now, and if I play it, you'll see that
I fell in love with practicing yoga
only the right side is playing, but it's only coming out of the right speaker. So that's not exactly what we want. So if I right-click, go back to Modify Audio Channels, the problem is that I left the clip channel format as stereo. So I'm going to change that to mono, and again, choose right. And now watch what happens. When I hit OK this time, I get a warning. Changes to the clip channel format, this right here, or number of audio clips, this right here, will not affect clips already in the sequence, these down here, but will be applied the next time this clip is edited into a sequence. Do you want to continue? Let's say yes. So nothing has changed over here. When I hit play, I still have this problem. But if I take this clip and drag it in now and hit play,
I fell in love
now
with
we have what we want.
Yoga because it
so
made
just
me
the one
feel
channel
more
is
in
coming
my
out
body.
of both the left and the right. I'm going to undo that. So let's say that you've already done your edit. You have a situation like this, or maybe somebody gave you an edit. Maybe you're jumping in the middle of something. What you can do is, after you've modified the clip audio, you can select a clip, and if you tap the F key, that will load the clip into your source monitor. And now if I only drag the audio by selecting that icon into the timeline, I'm going to mute this top track, and when I hit play, you'll see we've got what we want.
It helps me live
Obviously,
a more mindful life, a more present
this is going to take a long time to sit and go through. So knowing how you want your audio modified before you start editing will save you a lot of time. Okay, let's look at another example. When I play the audio, it's already coming out of only one speaker, and there is no audio at all coming out of the right channel. So in that case, I do the same thing, right click on the clip, modify audio channels. All we need is the left. I can switch this over to mono, choose the left channel, hit OK. Now when I drag it out, we have audio coming out of both the left and the right. Let's take a look at this second example again, and I'll modify the audio in a different way that might help you save a lot of time in an edit. And again, we're going to just create a fake edit here. So here's our edit, and when we hit play, all of the clips have audio coming out of the left channel. What I just showed you in the last example, we right-click on the clip, modify audio channels, and this is a stereo clip on a single track in Premiere. Because I switched this to mono, then when I hit OK, I get this warning. But a different way that you can do it, I'm going to hit no here, is leave the clip in stereo and then only change this part here. If you don't change these two items, you can affect all of the clips that are already in your timeline. So my media source channel left is going to the clip left, and my media source channel right is going to clip right. But if I choose left for both of the clip outputs, then when I hit OK, as long as you have this checkbox checked, apply changes to all matching clips in the sequence, you're going to see that I get the left channel in both the left and right output. So that can save you a ton of time if you have a sequence with clips already edited in and the audio channels are not set up the way you want them. And for the last example, I'm going to bring in a clip that has 4 channels of audio. And let me make this easy to see here. And if I play this one, you can see the top 2
stand up, take 3,
look the same. The bottom 2 look the same. If I solo, I can take a listen.
stand up, take 3, mark.
And then I can go through each one.
Stand up, take 3, mark.
Kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Stand up, take 3, mark.
Got it. So what it appears is we have...
Stand up, take 3, mark.
Got it. This is probably the DP down here, and all we need is one of these channels up here. So in this case, if you scroll over to your audio info, it's going to tell you it's 4-channel audio mapped to mono. So it's going to look a little different when I go into modify audio channels. Notice how you have this broken out into 4 mono channels, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can leave this as mono. I'm going to tap the tab key after I put a 1 here, and then we can just leave channel 1 selected, hit OK. It's going to give us that warning again. And now when we drag this out, we just get the 1 channel of audio, this channel right here. Now, if you're not the one editing, you're probably going to want to leave all of your channels of audio in, unless you know there's absolutely nothing on one of these channels that can be used for anything. You never know what audio the sound mixer might need for the edit. So it's safer to just leave all the audio in, and then you can mute tracks that you don't need. And then that allows the sound mixer to have the most options when they go to mix everything. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is a Premiere Pro timeline gotcha to be aware of. The default audio tracks, I have everything set to use file. And you might think, well, if I know that my stereo media has 1 track of audio and 1 track that is nothing, like we had in one of our files, you could change this stereo media and say, treat it like mono. Let's see what happens. I'll hit OK. I'm going to import that clip that only had 1 channel of audio, and then the other channel was nothing. And if we play it, seems like we might have solved that problem. And in this particular case, you'd be fine. But if you do have other clips that are different, for example, if I now import the other clip, this is the one that had the lav mic and the boom mic. When I drag that in, it has merged those 2 microphones into 1 mono sound. So now when I play this, and if you are listening on good speakers or have headphones or earbuds, you should be able to hear that it's combined the 2.
I fell in love with practicing yoga because it made me...
So you're going to have this echoey sound, and that's not going to be what you want. You can right-click on the clip and then modify audio channels, and you can see what happened. It set it up to mono. It set it up to be 2 audio clips. To get it like it was before, we would need to make it stereo, and then now we've got this weird thing going on. I'm going to type a 1 and then hit the tab key. Now we've got it back to the way we want it, and it's not going to change this clip though. So I hit OK. We get the warning, but now when I drag it in, it's like it was before, and you can see we're getting this weird track situation. It's because these 2 clips were stereo clips, and it was telling Premiere to treat them as mono. but this clip will play back the way it was before. You can even see the waveforms, how they look a little different.
I fell in love with practicing.
So just be aware of this preference and understand what it's going to do to your audio. It's safest to leave them all on use file, but you can learn about it as you play around with it and decide what's best for your situation. Thanks for watching this episode of Video Deconstructed. Start clicking down below, and if you have an audio issue with a camera clip, let me know in the comments below.